Every self-driving car on the road today traces its lineage back to a moment in 1989, when a computer first took the wheel and learned to drive by watching a human for just 5 minutes. That system was called ALVINN, short for Autonomous Land Vehicle in a Neural Network, and it was built at Carnegie Mellon University by a graduate student named Dean Pomerleau. At the time, most robotic vehicles relied on hand-coded rules. If the road bends left, turn left. But Pomerleau had a different idea. What if the car could learn to drive the way humans do, by watching? ALVINN wasn't a car itself. It was a computer system, a neural network, hooked up to a van. And instead of programming every rule of driving, the team would simply show it what driving looked like. The setup was deceptively simple. A camera mounted on the van's dashboard captured the road ahead, while a human driver steered normally. The neural network processed the camera feed and learned to associate the visual patterns with the steering commands the human made. After just 5 minutes of this, on a single, fairly clean stretch of road, ALVINN had absorbed enough to start making its own decisions. So they handed control over to the machine and got ready to see what it had learned. What happened next surprised even the researchers. ALVINN didn't just drive straight on that familiar road. It successfully handled twists, hills, and even a stretch it had never seen before. But the real test came when they took it further. They drove ALVINN 90 miles through unfamiliar terrain, through neighborhoods, along highways, even across a stretch of road that had been repainted mid-trip. The system kept its composure. It stayed in its lane, respected curves, and adapted to changes in the road surface that it had never encountered in training. For a proof of concept in 1989, it was remarkable, but ALVINN was still a long way from the polished, multi-sensor systems we know today. For one, it was limited. It could only drive on roads that looked like the one it had trained on: no pedestrians, no intersections with traffic lights, and no unexpected obstacles. It also had no ability to reason about what it saw. A tree's shadow could confuse it, and a sharp turn could send it off course if it hadn't seen anything like it before. Despite these limitations, ALVINN proved a crucial point. A neural network could learn to drive from observation without being explicitly programmed with every rule of the road. That fundamental insight would become the foundation of modern autonomous driving. Today's systems use thousands of hours of human driving footage, LiDAR, radar, and complex sensor fusion, but the core principle is the same. The leap from ALVINN to commercial vehicles took another 3 decades. It wasn't until the 2020s that companies began deploying truly driverless taxis in a handful of cities. Why the long gap? The hardware needed to run these networks at speed didn't exist in 1989, and neither did the vast amounts of data we now take for granted. But slowly, step by step, each advancement brought us closer to the day when the wheel would turn itself. Now, ALVINN legacy lives on in every autonomous vehicle that navigates our streets, a quiet reminder that sometimes the best way to teach a machine is to show it how a human does it. The story of ALVINN isn't just about a clever experiment. It's about the power of learning itself and how a few minutes of observation can change the future. Subscribe for more stories like this.